Got my Savage running. My engine is dialed in. I got my slash booster tank back pressure line regulator linked in through a T-link. This is a secondary coolant coming off my muffler. The first one, of course, is purple, but it kind of tells you that's for the color codes. Kind of, if you kind of use, if you think a little bit, it's hot. My old heatsink off my Align helicopter motor. It's same radius to fit around it. The muffler just clamped it on for a little extra, up to cool it a little bit. I strung that through there, brought it on the secondary, which is a silver. That's to tell you that it's not as hot air coming this side. It's kind of cooled down more, plus a back pressure that's made linked with a T-split, and from there it runs into the tank. And what you guys don't know is that a lot of these hobby stores watch our stuff, or hobby makers watch our ideas on YouTube. Like the LiPo batteries that us hobbyists been using to bring alive these servos and a runtime on our cars. So a lot of these companies are jumping on it, making LiPo batteries for RC cars, not only for airplanes anymore and helicopters. They make, and we don't get angry. We don't go back and research our video feeds and when did I did it first or who did it first and look, yo, he took my idea. Nah, we like it because it's part of the hobby, and we might just buy it from them because they kind of refined what we did already. But pretty much we make this hobby stay alive. We make this sport run the way it is. Without us and the demand, they'll probably be washed up and go back to drum boards. Or we just buy parts, electronics, and kind of build it back up from scratch. Yeah, I gotta do a little cleaning. I was running him. A little fuel spill, a little gunk, but the braking is going all right. Even a little oil on it, it's not overheating. Just gotta clean them down. Oh yeah, remember the stickers I showed you? They weren't yet clear to see. This said big block power. What happened is, as the heat rose, it baked on the plastic, and now it's actually etched on to the pipe, so it stands up. XL 5.9, big block, shark, Brooklyn Hobbies, hardracing.com. Yeah, check out Brooklyn Hobbies webpage and their website. Check them out. BrooklynHobbies.com. Brooklyn Hobbies on YouTube. Words are not separated. It's all together. Thanks to Richie on the servo tip. And I actually went and did something a little better. Not on the servo tip, but on how to tune my servo to my radio properly. I went inside and I got these cheap Savage servos. They work fine, but of my negligence in setting them up, a couple teeth in my gearing broke out. They make no sense. I'm not going to take them back and frivolously lie or send them in. No, they're the cheapest ones you could get. But what I did study on them is a specs. They board that's inside of it that give the command to all the motor and the gearing is actually used in their upgraded versions. So what I did was I had some spare part motors and stuff from previous ones that broke, and I didn't know what it was all about till I really got hardcore into going into it real tough. And I threw in some new motors, threw in some metal gears, depending if it was because this is my throttle. He's not too heavy. He has a little what they call it, brass or copper. The bottom one has titanium for my steering. I had the gears left over from previous servos that I burnt out, didn't know what I was doing wrong, and I know what I'm doing now. So pretty much into the sport a while now, so I kind of figured it out. And Richie kind of helped me to get the glitching out, and I say, you know what, let me just go full out and just build it up. Because after a while, you just don't build these cars. You start building even pieces that you put onto your vehicle, So us hobbyists really support. Without us, these hobby companies wouldn't even make it. But that's my booster bottle, and this is homemade. I have a couple more booster bottles that I made around the place, but these are homemade, as you can see. Give me a quick second, see if I can find two of them I can show you. One moment. I'm back. Here they go. Those are the other two that I made previously. This was my very first one I made. I didn't have the nipple, so I did it with an antenna and I soldered it in, and it actually breathed. It's a aluminum pipe, small, like if you using an antenna, and I cut it, inserted it, welded it, and it locks on. It works very well. Doesn't slip off or anything. This is my second one that I made. I was gonna put it on my T-Max, but I didn't really drop it on. The whole, it's actually sealed. This won't come out. This is actually locked in. It won't ever come out. Trust me on that. But this is me trying my hand at different things, And the paint is actually me. These are stickers laid down after the first two coats. Then I use a clear coat, locked them over, and made them dry on. That's why you see the way it chips like that. It drop and it'll chip off, almost enamel. Homemade. A little crazy idea. You gotta try things once in a while. This was my last one that I made. I'm putting this on my buggy. Represent protoform. And you can see the stages, the development. This is the first one. Second one. This was in my Yokomo. This one is. I actually made 4 of these. This is the last one though. The very first one is up inside my RC10 GT up here. See, that's my very first one that I made. But the whole thing today is about the Savage. He's up and going. He's running. I ran him for about 15 minutes outside. I wouldn't say 15. I'm giving 15 lenient. Like if I say 18, I gotta say 19, 20. So I say 15, and I stop. And this is the fuel that I have left. This is my fuel. This is my battery. Battery life. Pretty much got good battery life. Pretty much got battery life. Got through it in a charger, but it pretty much was doing what it was supposed to do. It was lasting longer than the expected run time that people usually have their vehicles running for. It's on point. Sorry for that. I have friends over, low bilingual company. I like to have a lot of different company around me. But that's what it is. Got my lines protected, ran it through the roll bar. Got a fast return ratio. In case, they always tell you get the longer lines and loop it, that way it cools the air down. But when you buy these aftermarket stuff, if you kind of use your brain, they're actually going to work the same way. So if you cut your lines short and you add them on, it could benefit you in helping cool down the line if you have a shorter line. From the original way they show the RC cars with a long exhaust tube and then it loops and it comes back in the fuel tank. I realized if you cut it short, it works good, but you still heat up fast and burn a lot of fuel. You burn a little lean. So I added on everything I need to add it on. My fuel filter, it kind of, as it comes through, it does that inside the tank, inside of its chamber, and it bubbles up and feed the fuel back. That's the kind of cool. That's a form of cooling also. And then it runs around and into the engine, and it cools again to the crankshaft. Then it gets hot when it combustions and fire there, and then it heats up and heat physics, and it returns itself back around. But I have a booster stabilizer that helps it out too. It has back pressure, it holds pressure. It's about, I don't know, I think on the scale, if you factor it as old I forgot the CO2 canisters with how much they weighed or how much they held, but if you factor it into how much back pressure and it holds it, it helps to cool down the car. Because even though I finished running, it's still lukewarm both sides, but over here it's chilly cold. It's cold, cold, cold. I threw my heat gun on, which I can't find right now, but I'm sure I'm going to do a next run and show you the difference, how this side has temperature and this side is cool. Intake, outtake, intake, outtake, intake, outtake. Sorry for a little funny shit. Sorry about that. Sorry for the profanity too. I don't want anybody, kids, not to watch this anymore. Well, let's dial in. This is my Savage. If I rant a little bit, because I'm proud of what I did, sorry for that, guys. And check out Brooklyn Hobbies website, Brooklyn Hobbies all the way, and Brooklyn Hobbies on YouTube. The word is one word, Brooklyn Hobbies. Richie, the owner. If I make it down to Florida, I hope you make it down there. The Nationals, I'll come cheer your guys on. We should get a team up and run down there and give our guy, Mr. Fortunato, a big up, because he is the East, the East Coast regional champion. So the Nationals are going to be down there in Orlando, and he will be making it, representing Brooklyn and the East Coast to hold it down. Here we go. How you like it, guys? Leave your comments. Let me know. Alright, if you like my my channels, my videos, everything is greatly appreciated. So let me know, guys. All right. Let me really know what y'all think. So till next time, see y'all around. Leave y'all comments. Leave your likes, dislikes. Let me know what it is. We are RC, and this is my Hpi Savage. These stickers are baked on, they will never ever come back off. Scratch resistant to a degree, but it's baked on. Has that bronze kind of purple brownish look. It kind of fits in, right? If you kind of glance over it, reflects, you know. Alright guys, later.